And as we already know, Fridays for Fighters. That's right. It is, of course, the Logan Summit Show. I am Logan Summit, your fearless host. And we're about to get down to the beatdown. It's our last interview of the week. You're lucky number 14 right now. And we are brought to you by Newer. That's right. Go over to newer.com. Use the code Logan. Save yourself that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Dough, and we can all use a little bit of money in our back pockets. Are you a pro creator, amateur creator? It doesn't matter what type of creator you are. Go to newer.com, use code Logan, save that money. You'll thank me in the morning. That's right. All those links are located right in the about section of this very stream. All right, let's get to it. We have with us Kember Dunn. Hopefully she'll get it done on May 24th. Kember, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am absolutely fantastic. What part of Georgia are you traversing today?
I am actually in Alabama right now, but I'm from
Uh-oh.
Chatsworth, Georgia.
All right. So roll tide while you're out there. But hold on, you're from Georgia, so you can't actually don't say that out loud. They'll find you.
No,
Let's not get involved in the Alabama Georgia battle quite yet, right?
right,
Now
definitely
you
not.
will no, that's way too much for this show. That's for another show at another time.
Yeah.
Now, currently, you're 2-2 in your MMA career. You are going on a one-win streak. Congratulations, we love that. You are only 5'1" and 26 years old in the straw weight division. You will be fighting Gabriel Hopwood on May 24th at the XFA Fight Night. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm really excited. I'm actually 2-2 in kickboxing. So this is my first MMA fight, but yeah,
Okay.
it's very exciting. I've been looking forward to doing MMA for quite a while now. So
So you've been traditionally with the All or Nothing league, and so was that strictly kickboxing?
yeah, all of those fights were strictly kickboxing. They also do MMA fights, but mine were all kickboxing.
All right. So going from kickboxing into MMA, what are some of your trepidations about that?
Well, I'm definitely more of a striker, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've got some really great coaches that have really helped me become more well rounded. I've really worked very hard on my grappling for the past year and a half. So I'm feeling really good about it. But yeah, I've got a really, really great group of coaches that have helped me clean a lot of stuff up. So
And that's what it's got to be all about. So are you more focused on what you need to do as you step into the MMA cage outside of the kickboxing ring and less worried about what your opponent, Gabrielle, is going to bring on May 24th?
yeah, so I don't really like to train for people in specific. I like to train for myself. It's what I need to be doing to eventually go pro. You want to be prepared for everybody. You want to be well rounded in all those areas. So I don't typically like to train for people in specific. I definitely like to focus more on what I need to do.
When did you start your training? A year ago from
Um,
MMA, but kickboxing and all that.
I've been kickboxing for about 4 years now. Um, yeah, so I started when I was 21,
So you went from the
almost
bar
22.
into a gym.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
what,
much.
what were you going to say? I'm sorry, I cut you off. I'm rude.
No, you're fine. I was about to say I was actually closer to 22. I just turned 22 when I started training, so right at about 4 years now.
And who got you into the gym, or was it of your own volition?
It was my own idea. I was kind of overweight, and I really needed something to get myself into shape, and I needed an outlet. So that's what brought me into a gym, and I absolutely fell in love with it and wanted to start competing.
Now, how is the women's game down there? Is it been fruitful for you? Are you able to find training partners up to your caliber?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are a few women that I like to train with. We all train at different gyms, and I actually had a fight with one of them, but me and her cross train together sometimes, which has been super helpful. But yeah, there's a really great group of women. I don't have a whole lot of women at the gym I'm at currently, But male training partners are great too, you know.
What was it like stepping into the ring with somebody that you have sparred with on multiple occasions?
Oh, we fought before we ever started training together.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
became friends afterwards? Would you guys go out for milkshakes or something? And you're like, hey, you want to train together? I mean, you guys became best friends after a fight. I love that.
Yeah, it was a really good scrap, and I think we just earned each other's respect, and we're able to kind of build a friendship out of that.
So how do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10 about your ground game?
On a scale of 1 to 10, you know, I'm feeling really confident with it. I would give it a 10. I would give it
Okay.
a 10.
We like that confidence. We like that confidence. Now, talk about what it's like going into a gym as a close to 22-year-old woman walking into a gym for the first time. Uh, did everybody treat you well? Were you a little bit anxious about it, or did you just go in there and say, "I'm here to fight. Let me lace it up"?
It's definitely a little bit intimidating when you first go in, but in my experience, most of everybody's pretty welcoming. Um, you know, most people that do MMA are really, really nice people. So most gyms have a very welcoming environment.
Yeah, and you know, with the influx of how many people are coming into the sport over the last few years, I'm sure they're nothing short of needing people to get in there and get it done. And as you said, a lot of the female fighters around you fight in different gyms, so you got to
Yeah.
have to come together as your own community. Have you found that to be the truth? Do you ladies, lady fighters, get together outside of the gyms and congregate?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've made some really great friends through training, and you know, people that I just hang out with for fun. You know, one of the girls is actually coming up out of town with me for this fight and staying at the Airbnb we got. So, yeah, I've built some really great friendships through it.
Now, you said you got into the gym to help you with a little bit of a weight problem that you were having. How you doing with weight now as a straw weight?
Oh, great. Honestly, starting to train has really taught me discipline, and it's helped me keep my diet in check. You know, I'm more routine, and I'm able to just, you know, I keep my weight pretty consistent. But yeah, it's helped me a lot. It's made me more disciplined with my diet, and of course, I'm really active as far as exercise and working out goes.
Well, let's talk about how your discipline inside of the ring has helped you with life skills outside of the ring.
Oh yeah. So before I started training, my work ethic was nowhere near as good as it is now. So, you know, you can take that and apply it to other aspects of life. You know, it definitely helps you with work ethic and discipline, and it makes you a more respectful person, I feel like. You know, I feel like I've grown a lot as, you know, just a person and being a better person through fighting.
Now, you know what? A lot of people forget that we're all the same and we all have the same hangups. We all feel the same anxieties and trepidations about different things. Talk about some of the feelings that you're having as you're leaving the kickboxing realm and you're leaving a promotion all or nothing that you're very familiar with and stepping into the XFA for the very first time. What are some of the things that you're dealing with and talk about how you deal with them?
um, You know, it is going to be very different going from having a crowd that's more familiar with me and, you know, being out of town because, you know, I wasn't exactly local to Chattanooga, but I was more local to Chattanooga than I am, you know, Harriman. So, you know, it's definitely going to be different coming to somebody else's turf. So that can cause a little bit of anxiety, but overall, I feel great about it. You know, like I said, it's something I've been looking forward to for a long time, and MMA's always been the goal. So you know, I'm feeling really optimistic about it.
Well, like Dana White says, don't leave it in the judge's hands. And what we've learned from interviewing lots of fighters over the last 2 weeks is if you are on somebody else's home turf, don't leave it in the judge's hands for the love of God. All right?
Yeah,
Don't do that.
definitely
So
not.
now let's talk about the state of female combat sports. Um, I know a few fighters. I've even had a couple stay here while they were working on training in Vegas because I have an extra room and I'm a nice guy. Um, and some female fighters that I've talked to feel as though female fighters are overly sexualized. How do you feel
Oh,
about that?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like they don't always get the respect they deserve, and it's definitely an issue in the sport for sure.
Yeah, and have you felt pressure to do like an OnlyFans or something like that? I hear a lot of female fighters like, but if I do this, I can get money, but I don't really want to do this. As a female, why do you even have to deal with that? Male fighters aren't doing only toes. I mean, what's the deal?
No, I really don't understand it. I think we should get more respect as athletes. You know, we shouldn't be judged off of our looks. We should definitely be judged off of our talent and the set of skills we build.
I couldn't agree with you more, more. I mean, there's just look, your job is to fight. When you're
Yeah,
outside of the ring, you can feel pretty, you can look pretty, you can do whatever you want, but your job is to fight. And that's what we should be concentrating on, talking about, and really celebrating, right?
yeah, absolutely. You know that's what we're all really out here for. I mean, I can't stand looking at the comment section on women from the UFC or women in Invicta or PFL, Bellator, wherever. The comment sections are always just so disgusting. It's just very disrespectful.
Yeah, there's a Carrie Underwood said, you know what she doesn't do? She doesn't read the comments. She goes, so for everyone
Yeah.
out there who's telling me I should do this or I shouldn't do that, guess what? You're speaking to the wind because I'm not even paying attention to you. So maybe, Kember, that might be something that you need to do as well because the internet. I have one rule about the internet: do not engage. Just don't
Yeah.
engage with them. If you feed the birds, they will come back.
Now, if I ever have the privilege of fighting on that kind of platform, I probably will avoid the comment section for sure.
All right. So this is the time where I ask you to make a prediction about the fight.
Oh, well, as a striker, of course, I'm wanting to go for the knockout. I
Yeah.
don't want, I don't want to go to decision. Um, it's just not as entertaining that way.
No, it is not. It is definitely not. And
Yeah.
everybody loves a good knockout, right?
Oh yeah.
What was it like the first time you knocked somebody out? What was the feeling?
I've never knocked anybody out. I have got a
Ooh.
technical knockout.
Okay,
Um,
so the judges stopped it.
yeah, I have gotten a TKO. That is a phenomenal feeling. But I can't imagine. I'm sure getting a clean knockout feels better than just about anything else.
Well, I'm sure Alexis Teague, with her verbal, "I give up, I quit," I think is what she said. I know it was
Yeah.
kickboxing, but still, getting somebody to verbally tap out, that's got to make you feel good, right?
Oh yeah, it felt phenomenal. I actually had to move up and weight for that fight because she didn't make weight. And then she kind of talked a little bit of trash to me at the face off. So, I was amped up after that one for sure.
Well, she's not talking trash anymore, and if she is, she's just talking to a door somewhere. Like, man, you shouldn't have. That door hit me way too hard. All right. So now it's their time up there. It's our time down here, Kember. This is your time. You can talk about whatever you like. Sponsors that you have, sponsors that you want, your gym, your parents, your dogs, video games. I don't care what you talk about. This is your time. Make it yours.
Well, I'll just like to give a shout out to my coaches at Kazushi Club Dalton. Those guys are phenomenal. World class knowledge in that gym. I really feel like it's kind of a hidden diamond. The information there is phenomenal, and it's a newer gym, so it's growing. And they've really done a lot for me, and they've helped me grow my fight IQ so much. So I really couldn't be more grateful to them.
You got any sponsors you want to give some love to?
I actually don't have any sponsors right now.
All right, so let's fix that right now. This is our time down here. What's something that you use every single day that you would love that company to sponsor you? Just so you know, a fighter the other day said Oreos. He's a heavyweight though, so those darn
Yeah,
heavyweights eating Taco Bell in the locker room and whatnot. Darn them.
I was about to say I don't even think I could tell you the last time I ate Oreos. Um, if I could be sponsored by a food company, it would probably be Bear Bell's protein bars. I eat a ton of those.
All right, what's your favorite flavor?
They have one. It's the crispy bar, and it's kind of like one of those Nestle Crunch bars, like with a
Oh,
twist.
come on. Yeah,
So good.
that sounds good. The little crunches, that's what makes those
Yeah,
things so great. Because if not, you just have a Hershey's bar, right? And
yeah,
from where I stand, those Hershey's bars are only good for one thing: s'mores.
yes,
I love
absolutely.
some campfire s'mores. You're down in Georgia. You've made some s'mores before.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's actually one of my favorites. The of course during a weight cut, there's this place called Scooter's Coffee, and they just come out with the s'mores flavor, and I can't have it because I'm cutting weight. But hopefully, it's still there after after this fight.
Well, let's get that coffee company to sponsor you. And then after each fight, you can have your we don't call it cheat day at the Logan Summit show. We call it reward day over here, okay? Because you're rewarding yourself for a good job done. All right. Maybe every time after a fight, you go in there, have a winner's s'mores coffee, and do a little video for them and make a little bit of that cashish on the side. Or at the very least, get
Yeah.
some free s'mores coffee.
Hey, I give them enough of my money. They probably should sponsor me.
That's what I'm saying. What's the name of that place again?
Scooters.
Hey, Scooters! Kember Dunn needs a s'mores coffee.
That's right.
All right, that is absolutely fantastic. Uh, this is the lovely Kember Dunn, and she will be getting it done against Gabrielle Hopwood on May 24th again in the XFA Fight Night. Oh, it's going to go down, and you can catch it right here on millions.co. All right, it's that time again. We're going to break forth the rhythm and the rhyme. It's time to play 5 questions. Yeah, that's right, Kember. We have a game show. It's called 5 questions. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically what we've been doing the whole time. I'm going to ask you a question, then you answer it. All right. It is brought to us by Newhouse. Go over to newhouse.com and get yourself the office decor, the home decor that your butt deserves. If you're sitting in a gaming chair right now, don't do it. You're ruining yourself. You're probably, when you get up from that, you're like, why do I feel funny? Well, because you sat in a a gaming chair for 4 to 6 hours. No one's supposed to do that. Go over to newhouse.com, use code Logan Radio Rocks. Save yourself some cash. And yes, the link is available in the About section. All right, let's get to 5 questions with Miss Kember Dunn. All right, question number one. This is for those who have never lived in the South. Explain bless your heart to all the Yankees out there.
Oh, if someone tells you bless your heart, they're calling you stupid.
Yep. I was selling my house down in Marietta, and my realtor said that to me, and I looked at her and I was like, uh huh. By the way,
Yeah.
fired her, sold the house without her within 2 days of her telling me, bless your heart. So, you know what? Watch your mouth, Southerners. We know what you're talking about, okay? All right.
Yeah,
Question.
it's definitely a sly little insult.
Oh, it's the best way to tell somebody off that I've ever heard. Okay. That's pretty much what it comes down to. All right. Question number two. Grab a soapbox real quick and give some advice to other up and coming female athletes out there. It doesn't have to be fighters, just female athletes in general, because I feel like you all have to go through the same issues to get to where you are.
Yeah, if I could give advice to any female athlete, it would be, make sure the environment around you isn't toxic. Don't let people put limitations on you. And one of the biggest things for me with women in sports is if you're cutting weight, don't cut weight unhealthy. Don't use starvation tactics. Don't put yourself in jeopardy because I've had a couple of very bad cuts where I wasn't taught to cut weight properly and it could have killed me. So you take care of your body, take care of your health, and don't do drastic things to cut weight. Make sure you're doing it right.
You know what? That's great advice because we don't talk about the just the overall taxing that cutting weight has on your body. I mean, Man, some of these fighters are cutting 20, 30 pounds. And that's not good for you. Any
No,
way you do it, even healthy, like that will come back to haunt you as you get
yeah,
older. So, there's something to be said about fighting within your means and in within your weight class that you
yes,
walk around in, right?
absolutely.
So, question number 3. Now we get to some of the fun ones. All right, you live down in the South, but I give you a free vacation after your next fight. Where are you going?
Oh, a free vacation after my fight. I would have to say Ireland.
Mm. Have you ever been?
I have never been. I would really like to go though.
Yeah, Ireland is a gorgeous place with wonderful people, and you know what?
Yeah.
A very low crime rate, by the way.
Oh,
They
nice.
average about yeah, they average like 4 to 5 murders a year.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, right?
Not
I'm just
bad.
saying, you would think with all of the nonsense going on in our minds, all the nonsense that goes on over there, there might
Yeah.
be a little bit more angst and angriness out there, but apparently they've learned to figure it out with these.
Yeah. Yeah. Just fight it out. No need to murder people.
Yeah, right? Just do it in the nice way, please. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. All right. Question number 4 of 5 questions. What is the biggest misconception of female combat fighters?
The biggest misconception. Ooh, that's a good question. Um, Probably that we're all mean and masculine all the time. That's entirely not true. I feel like that's a big one.
Yeah, yeah, that probably is. I mean, whenever you see a female fighter outside of their fight mentality when they're all locked in, and they've got the braids in their hair because that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Everybody looks completely different, and of course they do. They're not getting punched in the face, neck, chest, or breast area. We're gonna look a
Yeah.
little bit different when we're not fighting for our lives, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had people, like coworkers and stuff. They'll be like, "Oh, don't beat me up," and I'm like, "I don't want to beat you up. I would never."
But give me my stapler back right now.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 5 for Kember Dunn, and then we're almost done. Sorry, I'm lame. No,
Happens
I
all the time.
apologize. Yeah, I trust me. If you're around me more often, you would know. All right. Question number 5. This is a big one. Dana White was once quoted as saying, "Female fighters will never fight in the UFC." Do you think he regrets that statement at this time?
I 100% think he does. He also said that once he finally did allow women in the UFC, he said there would never be a 115-pound weight class. And some of his best women are strawweight fighters, some of his more entertaining ones. So I'm sure he does regret ever saying that, but it is what it is.
Now, do you think that the WWE and the success of the women's divisions over there have been a catalyst for UFC and other fight leagues bringing more women fighters on?
It definitely could. It could contribute to it. I don't really watch WWE. Just because I know it's choreographed. I much rather watch MMA, UFC, and Victa. But I think it definitely could contribute to the marketing for the UFC. Because it's all kind of the same culture.
Yeah, there was a woman who I want to say it's a couple years now. She opened up an all women's sports bar where they only showed women's sports. It was such a big hit that she was bought out immediately and it was turned into a chain. I think there's 5 now and they're trying to open up like another 25. That's how successful women's sports have become. A lot of that has to do with the WNBA and the success that they've had there, obviously. But women's combat sports are a thing and a really big thing and able to move the needle on you know the ticket sales and you guys are getting paid more now, which
Yeah.
is great. I mean, we just had that Jake Paul on the Jake Paul card. We had those 2 women who had fought last in Madison Square Garden, and they got paid like double what they got paid to fight in Madison Square Garden. I mean, you have to look at that and think that women's sports are growing as a whole, right?
Yeah. Most definitely. It's really awesome to see everything blow up the way it has. Of course, I'm biased, so my favorite is seeing how much women in combat sports has grown. Um, you go to a jujitsu tournament, there's women everywhere. It's really really awesome. The card that I'm fighting on has multiple female bouts on it. That's just really great to see. It's great to see all the women out here, competing and pursuing something that they love to do. Yeah, it's really great.
It absolutely is really great. And it's going to be really great to see you get in the ring on May 24th against Gabrielle Hopwood at the XFA Fight Night. You can catch it right here on millions.co. Kember, been nothing but a pleasure talking to you. I hope you had fun. And I look forward to seeing you after you grab your first MMA win. Hopefully, you'll come back and we can talk more before your next fight.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's been awesome talking with you.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being here. That's right. We're done for the week, just like Kember Dunn is going to be done with her opponent on May 24th, part of XFA Fight Night right here on millions.co. Check out the new merch I just dropped. That's right. We've got two designs, the Logan Summit Show, and of course, my tagline, everyone loves a good fight. And I've got another merch drop coming soon that the fighters are going to love. It's for the fighters. I'm trying to make merch for the fighters and hopefully the fighting fans. So, Kember, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you as well. Do me a favor, be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud. Last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you will know when I'll be live. I've already got 4 interviews booked for next week. Let's see if we can do another 16. That's right. We've been averaging 16 fighter interviews a week. So you know where you can get down to the beatdown. It's right here on the Logan Summit Show. And Kemmer and everybody else, always remember, everyone loves a good fight. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thank you so much. You have a great weekend.